This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so the last session we discussed string methods. So hope everyone practiced. Any questions here, anyone? So fine. So we'll see today operators. So all the list of operators will write and then we'll see one by one. And also, okay, so also you please try to install PyCharm. As I told, we will see so three IDEs. We will see like PyCharm. PyCharm is a dedicated IDE for Python. If we just type PyCharm download, you can see here. But we can also use any other IDEs. For example, if anyone already aware of Atom, you can use Atom or you can use Eclipse, right? So any IDE you can use it. So first initially we'll start with PyCharm. As I told, it's a dedicated IDE for Python. So we mostly use on Windows operating system this IDE. Is in Linux, we always write normal text editor, V editor only. So if anyone using Windows like that, then you can just try to install PyCharm download. Okay, just try this. So this is a PyCharm. So Jupyter Notebook also we have, but see, Jupyter Notebook generally by default we will get with Anaconda. So most of the times, if anyone work with data science, so they generally recommend Jupyter Notebook IDE, but any IDE is fine. All are similar. So now see here PyCharm. So you can see download PyCharm Python IDE for professional. Yeah, so now you can just click on this. And also we have options here if you want to go with Mac or Linux as well. You can see this Windows, Mac, Linux. And remember here, don't go for professional one because it is only 30 days free trial. But after that, it keep on asks license. So instead of that, go to community edition. So just to download from the community one. So this is for pure Python development. And it is free, built on open source. Okay, so don't use professional one. So just go to community edition here and then download from here. So I'm just trying to download it. So I just click on this download. So it takes less than 1 minute time to download exe file. So I'm using PyCharm Community Edition. Okay, so then double click on it. Just double click on it and then you can proceed with that. So I already downloaded. So now we can see it will come like this. Yeah, I'm using PyCharm Community Edition. So after installation, if you click on that, double click here on this downloaded file and then it will go to the installation. So after installation, you can see PyCharm like this, PyCharm Community Edition. Okay, so we will see this later, means next session, but you try to download today and be ready with that. Okay, so it will open like this. It takes 1-2 minutes to open first time. So now you can see here. So this like the environment is like this. Okay, so if you open IDE, so it means you'll not get this code and all. So since I'm using from the old sessions, Python 6 a.m. session, I'm getting these other things. But for you, just it will open the plain like the background like this color, and then it will be like this. But you just try to check till here. Also, okay, so if you want to just try one script, I'll tell you how to do. For example, see, there are two things here. So one, if you want to create your new project, so which means project is nothing but here simple, it's a one folder. That is generally we call it as a workstation. So now you see file and then you can go to new project. And if you create a new project, which means it is actually, see where you want the location, you can select and then it will create simply one folder in that path. So that is a project name basically. And it will create some virtual environment also automatically, because whenever, see, this is something like how we have a, let's say now for example, you are creating some virtual box, Oracle virtual box or VMware virtual box on your Windows machine. So we know that parallelly we can also install another operating system on top of VirtualBox. Like we do have a Windows as well as on VirtualBox we will have a Linux or any other Windows operating system like that we can install. The same way, it just creates a virtual environment automatically. So whenever if you are running this Python script, it will run in this virtual environment. So that automatically it will create by this IDE itself. Okay, so now let's say I'm not creating any since I have already existing folder. So what we do, I'll go to file option and then open. Okay, just open here. And then where is that the folder which we created? So I created on my desktop. So you can see on my desktop somewhere. Yeah, so on desktop, I have a Python folder called Python Devops, something like that. Okay, let me refresh this. We will see here Python for Devops. This is the folder. So as I told, if you want to create, you can create it or you can select this existing folder. I am just selecting existing folder and click OK. And it is asking you, okay, so since you have already opened a lot of files here, you want to try new window or this window. I want to try here this window. Now you can see this. So it is coming with what, see, it is automatically configuring the Python interpreter. It is everything taken care by default. Okay, it is just creating a virtual environment for this specific folder which I created on the desktop. So now if you go and check here in the Python for Devops, see there is a something dot idea. It created something. So which means it actually created internally one environment, and then now from here we can directly execute any script. Let's say now there is a script here, say session 6 underscore script.py. If you double click here, it will open right side, and then if you want to run the script, go to run option, and there is a run here. You can also use Alt Shift F10, or we can simply use this run option. If you click on that, it will show what script you opened. So I opened session 6 underscore script.py, and we have to select that, and then you can see the output here at the bottom. So which means we are not using any notepad, nothing required now. So we write script here and then we execute directly. So now let's say this is already existing file, but I want to write a new file. So what we do, let's say now session 7, right? So I'm going to write directly session 7 script here. So this is the folder which we created. You can see this is there under project. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So I don't know. Some reason actually it got rebooted. Okay. So let me share my screen. So hope you installed PyCharm, right? Anyone facing any issues?
No, sir.
No one, just you.
Okay. Now PyCharm installation, I'm asking. So everyone completed the installation, PyCharm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, done.
I have a VS Code, that's enough, right? We need to install
Yeah,
PyCharm.
VS Code also enough. We will also see in VS Code, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
But which one is best?
PyCharm only. So most of the people use PyCharm because that is dedicated IDE for Python. So VS Code basically what we use for all other languages as well. Eclipse we use for all other languages as well. Yeah, Jupyter also fine. Jupyter also fine. You can use any IDE. But Jupyter style is something different. Okay. Yeah. So we will see this IDEs like, okay, we'll start the PyCharm tomorrow. So how to use those things. Okay, so now let's see the operators here. So the list of operators, I'll write all the list of operators. So we have arithmetic operators. And we have relational operators. And we have a logical operators. And we have assignment operator. And we do have shorthand assignments. So shorthand assignment operators. And then string concatenation, already we discussed this operator. And we have a string repetition operator. And membership operators and identity operators. So these are the operators we have, complete operators in Python. Okay, so now if you observe here, we don't have increment decrement operators in Python. Try to understand. Increment decrement operators we use in programming languages if you want to work with any loops like while loop, for loop, like that, which is something increment operator, decrement operators. So we use something like post increment I plus plus, pre increment plus plus I, like this, right? So this is not available in Python. If you see, for example, I equal to 1, you cannot use I plus plus. So we cannot use plus plus I like this. Even if you write plus plus I, the output still it is giving just like a 1. So you can see I always it will be 1. It is just thinking, okay, plus plus something it is understanding, and I it is just giving 1. It should print 2 actually. So which means it is not available here. So if anyone already good in other languages, programming languages, so we should aware of it. We don't have increment or decrement operators in Python. And then how we increment actually, if you want to increment while using the loops. So for that we use here the shorthand assignment operators. So we will see that. Okay, so the first one, arithmetic operators. So the list of arithmetic operators we have like plus, minus star and then division operator and then mode operator and then exponent operator. And also we have a floor division. So why floor division? By default, the division operator, it will give you point values. So I don't want all the point values. So like 2.54, something like that. Floor division, it will give you the rounded value. So these are the operators we have in arithmetic. So arithmetic operators we use for mathematical purposes like addition, subtraction, and then multiplication, division, and then mode. And exponent means what? Power of something. Like I want to get something 3 square, 2 cube, then we use this exponent operator. So we no need to write separate program for that. If you want to get any square value, so simply we can use this operator. But this is by default here, arithmetic operators. And see now, for example, so let me create a script file. So I'm creating session 7 underscore script dot py and then save as type, all types I'm using, and then save. Okay, so see, for example, I have some value x equal to 3, y equal to 4. And if you want to add these two, then we use a plus operator simply, right? So x plus y, like this we use. It will just add these two values and then it will print the output. So Python interpreter name and then script name is session 7 underscore script dot py. Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, I just tested whether it is recording or not. Okay. So now you can see the output, it is printing 7. Now let's say for example, z value something I am writing 5. And now tell me, you tell me like what will be the output if I use x plus y star z. So what is the output for this now? This expression. X plus y
23,
star
25.
23,
23 or
45.
yeah. So what? So so for only one output it will be there, no? So getting multiple answers. So what exactly it follows arithmetic operators? Anyone has any idea?
like it follows, what can I say?
Yeah, it
Whatever
follows
is 3.
actually Bodmas rule, right?
Bottom rule, yeah.
Yeah. So see, this is something like we learned, I think, in 4th or 5th standard something. So because see, the mathematical operators not introduced by Python. So every language we have, so someone introduced by mathematical people and everyone following the same. So any arithmetic operators, if you are using combination, then it always follows this rule, BODMAS. Every language it follows the same. So BODMAS means what? Brackets first, then orders like square, something like that, and then division, multiplication, and addition, and then finally subtraction. So based on this, if you see here, we have a plus and star. So here it is clearly saying that first multiplication, then addition. So first multiplication means what? Y star z, which is actually 4 into 5. So 4 5s are here. It is 20 plus 3. So output will be 23. Getting my point? But something like, for example, if you observe, based on this BODMAS rule, if I write brackets first, let's say I'm just writing a brackets here. So based on BODMAS, brackets first. Now it will understand 3 plus 4 first, which is 7, then star 5. So it will be now 35. Okay, so it always follows BODMAS. We can check the output. So the first one it is 23 and the second one it is 30. Okay, so I'm just muting everyone. Yeah, so now okay, so what is the differences between here division operator and mode operator? So operator, basically we will get the quotient value. Mode operator, it will give you the remainder value. So let's say now, for example, so generally we know this all, but most of the times we forgot this. So just I'm trying to explain again. So since we are using now arithmetic, so let's say now I just want to use something for division 2. So if you are using division operator, it will give you the quotient value. Let's say if I am using something mode operator, it will give you the remainder value. So why we need to understand, let's say now, for example, if you are using something, so if you are writing some program like the given number is even number or odd number. So we should know what is mode operator is doing, then only we can write that. So this is here, like generally if you see like how it will be like 2 2s are, so 2 2s are 4 here, and then remainder here it is 0, right? So remainder is 0. So now the output here for 4 division 2, so output for 4 division 2, it is actually 2, which is a quotient value. This is the one. And for mode operator, output here it is 0, which is a remainder value, right? So whenever if you are writing some script like the given number is even number or odd number, we write that given number mode 2. If it is equal to 0, then simply we can say that is a even number like that. Okay, so this is mode operator value and this is a division operator value. Okay, star means what? Star is nothing but exponent, so which is generally power. Let's say now for example, if you see, I'm just writing x value star 2. So which means 3 square, basically the meaning for this 3 square. 3 square means it will give you 9 here. Okay, so you can take input from the keyboard and you can try this all the operators in one example. So let's say for example num1. Okay, I'm just taking num1 and int of input of enter a number. Same way num2 int of input of num2. So you can perform all arithmetic operators in one script. The print, let's say sum of num1 and num2 is. So you can also use f string. I'm just using the traditional way. Sum of x num1 num2 is and num1 plus num2. So the same way you can just try for sub, multiplication, division, mode operator, exponent, and then also floor division. So just saying this like sub here, and then multiplication is here, and then division and something mode, and then I'm just writing exponent for power of, then floor division. Okay, so minus, multiplication star, division operator, and then mode operator, yeah, and then exponent operator star, and then I'm using floor division. So you can see with one example all operators here. So I'm going to take input, so I'm just taking something 4 and then 2. Now you can see output 4 plus 2, 4 minus 2, 4 star 2. And now if you observe here 4 division 2, as I told, division operator always in Python it will give you point value like this, like a float style 2.0 it is given. But if you see the floor division, it is just giving a rounded value. So that's the difference. Okay, then mode is 0 and then power means 4 square, it is 16. So hope it is clear now, arithmetic operators. Yeah, so the next one, relational operators. So relational operators, generally we have two types of relational operators in every language. In every language, we have two types of relational operators. One is a numeric comparison, and the other one is string comparison. So numeric comparison we use only for numbers. So if you want to compare any numbers, we use this. And string comparison, we compare the strings. But assume generally in programming languages where numeric operator like numeric values, we use the symbols like greater than symbol, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, equal to. So this is the one we are actually going to use in the conditional statements again, right? So we should know. So basically the relational operators, it will give you just a Boolean value, true or false. Again, in programming languages, true means 1, false means 0, like this, it will give you the output. But in Python, true means Boolean value, it just prints true, capital T, and then false, it just prints like this. So all these operators, it will just give you Boolean value, true or false. But as I told, in programming languages, we have a numeric operators like symbols, and string comparisons we use like GT, LT less than, GE greater than or equal to, LE less than or equal to. This is the way we write. But you know, in Python, we don't have two different operators separately. So one good thing is we use same symbols for both. So which means even if you are comparing numeric numbers or even if you are comparing strings, Python interpreter itself, it is understanding internally, right, what type of data it is. So based on the data, it actually compares. Let's say if you are giving a numeric value, it compares based on the numeric number. Or if you are giving something string value, immediately it will compare based on the string. But the operators are same. So we're not using GTLT, this all the things here in Python. So even if you know shell, we use two different operators. Symbols we use again, we use -GT, -LT like this in shell. But that is not required here. Simply we use only symbols. Now we'll try to understand here. So now if you check here, for example, so Y and Z, I'm trying to compare these three variables here one by one, like any two I'm taking. So print X less than Y and print, I'm using X greater than Y and print X equal to X and print X not equal to Y. And you can also use greater than or equal to if you want. So let's say greater than or equal to, and I'm using Y here and print X less than or equal to Y. So as I told you, it just gives the Boolean value. So now you can see X less than Y, so which means 3 less than 4. It is true, right? So 3 less than 4, true. So tell me what will be the output for the second one here. Ping me here in the chat. So what is the output now? X greater than Y. Just ping in the chart. Yeah, it's false. Okay, then the third one, X equal to X. True. And then this one, X not equal to Y. X not equal to Y, again it is true, because 3 not equal to 4, true. And then X greater than or equal to Y. So how about this? X greater than or equal to Y. I'm using greater than symbol. Try to understand 3 greater than or equal to 4. So which is false. And then last one, X less than or equal to Y, which is true. So now you can see it just prints this as it is, right? So see here. So whatever we understood, it is same like first one true, second one false, and then again true here, and false and true. So it just case like that. So always the Boolean values it will give. So while writing the conditions, the condition internally it will check only the Boolean value, true or false. Like simple if else, later if, next if, any conditional statements, it understands the Boolean values. Okay, so this is simple, like based on the value we understood. But the confusion is while writing the strings. Why? See, very rare we use the string comparisons, but we should know since we have a concept. Generally, in other languages, since we have a different operators like GT, LT, like that, then simply it compares based on that operators. But in Python, I told that we use the same symbols. So for example, if you see, I have a str1 ABCD and str2, I have a BC. There are two strings now, but I want to compare these two strings. So we use the same operators like str1. I'm using less than symbol str2. So symbol only. Because Python, it understands based on this, like, Python internally it understands, okay, this is a string. Then immediately this operator, it behaves like a string comparison. But can you tell me what will be the output for this? Any guess? Is it true or false? I'm just writing here in the comment. Is it true or false? Okay, so Charles said false. How about others? Any guess? Anu's okay, false. Okay. Manoj also false. Okay. So on what basis you are saying it is false? Is it based on something length like that? Okay. See, by default it will not. Okay. So if you want to search based on, if you want to compare based on the length, explicitly we should write that function here len. Because if you are not giving len, by default it will not take that length function. See, now I'm just giving len now. And then it understands, okay, this is the length of string 1, 4, length of string 2, 2. Then it will understand 4 less than 2 false. So for this, it is false now. But, okay, but if you write simply print str1 less than str2, now this is not false. This is actually true. Why? So the reason is any string comparisons, any language, the string comparison, it is based on the ASCII code character. So it is just based on ASCII code here. And let's say now, for example, even if you are not aware what is like ASCII code and what is the ASCII code number for A, B, no problem. Simply we can understand like this. So let's say I have two words here, A, B, C, D, and another word is BC. So there are two words. I'm comparing these two words. Internally, what it happens, like if you have this word ABCD and the other word BC, like in dictionary, if you see English dictionary, in English dictionary, which word it comes first? ABCD only, right? But how it is actually understanding that it is just comparing first character A and it compared first character B, and then it understands that A is less comparing with B, and then in the English word, first word it will come ABCD, then later it comes BC. Try to understand this. Now let's say now, for example, I have some string like this ABCD, and I have another word called ABCE. So there are two words now, ABCD and ABCE. I'm comparing these two words, but I told it is always simply like if you want to understand the simple way, just take these two words and check in the dictionary, English dictionary, and which word it comes first here. Again here it comes ABCD first, and then ABCE will be the next. But how here it is comparing? If AA same, then it will go to the B. If BB same, then it will go to the C. If CC same, then it will go to the D. So finally, actually the last character, it understood that. So here D and here E, D is less comparing with E. So which means now, if I write ABCD less than ABCE, this is true. So here now, ABCD, BC, first character itself, it decided that A is less comparing with B. So ABCD less than BC. So here, string 1 less than string 2, ABCD less than BC. So it is comparing internally A and B, and first character itself, it decided that A is less comparing with B. So which means what? True. Getting my point? But internally how it is checking? It is checking based on the ASCII number. So if you want to know the ASCII number, it is very simple. In Python, we have a function for that. There is a one built-in function. Let's say I want to see that ASCII number of A. So simply you can use ORD of A. ORD is a function to get the ASCII number of the character. So I'm using ORD of A, 97. ORD of B, 98. So which means A ASCII number is 97, B ASCII number is 98. Internally it is checking A and B ASCII numbers and then 97 less than 98, which is actually true for this example. Getting my point? So even we don't need to remember ASCII numbers. In Python, we have a function for that. Simply we can use ORD. Any character you can check like that. ORD of 1, you can see ORD of 1. What is the ASCII number of 1? 49. So this is ORD, and we do have another function CHR. So CHR is just opposite to ORD, which means what? ORD, if I am giving a character, we are getting the ASCII number. CHR means if you provide ASCII number, it will give you the character of this ASCII number. So I am giving 97. What is the 97 numbers character? It's a A. So I'm just giving like 49. It will give you 49 is 1. So two functions we have, ORD and CH. So this is something to understand to get the ASCII number of the given character like that. So why we need to understand this? Because internally what is happening whenever if you are using string comparison, internally it is checking based on these numbers. So if you want to see any specific ASCII number, we can use that. Now see here it is true. So now print. Okay, let me write another string str3 equal to ABCE. So I'm just trying to print str1 greater than str3. Is it true or false now? Now everyone should answer this. True or false? str1 greater than str3. It is false. Excellent. Right? So it's simple. It is just checking A, then same, it is same, then it is checking BB, also same, CC, also same, D and E. So we have a greater than symbol, but internally it is checking D greater than E, which is false. So simply it's a false. So hope it is clear now, right? So the string comparison like that. So this is same in every language. It compares by default based on ASCII code characters. Okay, so now the next one here, logical operators, will complete this and then we'll stop. So logical operators, we have a and, or, not. So again, it depending on the languages, we use some languages like symbols, and operator, or operator. this. But in Python, okay, so let's say now some other language we use -a for shell script symbols. But in Python, we use just A and D, and we write OR and we write NOT. So directly we write it, means A and D, OR, NOT. We're not using symbols in Python for logical operators. Okay, so now if you see here, for example, okay, let me write in the script file itself otherwise. So these operators are important for conditional statements, loops, and all. Okay, now I'm using these three variables here, and I want to compare this. Let's say x greater than y. So x greater than y is false, and z greater than y. So this is how we use. So what it will do, internally it checks first x greater than y. So 3 greater than 4 false, and 5 greater than 4 true. So 1 false, 1 true. AND operator, remember AND operator, if both are true, then only it will be true. AND operator, if both are true, then only it will be true. So AND both are true, then it will be true. Even one single false, it will be false. OR operator, even one true, it will be true. So means one true, even one true, it reads like it will be true. Not is exactly opposite, which means what, like if it is a true, then it will convert like a false. So OR operator, even one true, it will be true, but both are false, then only it will be false. So now if you see here, AND operator, one false and one true. So one false, one true, it will be a false here. So it is giving false. But if I write something print x less than y, which is true, and z greater than y, true. So both are true, true and true, and then it will be true, like that. Okay, so this is simple. Like, see, the same thing if you use OR operator, as I told, even one true, or it will be a true. So here, this is a true, and first one is false. False or a true, OR operator, it will give true here. So to understand this, we have a logical truth table. Generally, we call it as truth table something. So let's say P, Q, and P and Q. P or Q and not P. I think 6th standard mathematics. So now P value true and Q value true. If both are true, AND operator, it is true. OR operator, we understood that if both are false, then only false, otherwise it is true. So here it is true. Not means it is false, which means negation of this P value. Not is nothing but negation. So which means P is true, not P means it's false. So if I write true and then false, let's say P value true, Q value false. And it will be false now, or it will be true, and not it is false. So if I have false here and then true, so and it will be false, or it will be true, and not is true. If both are false, and then and it will be false, or also it will be false, not it will be true. Okay, so we will see some use cases with conditional statements. There you will understand the importance of these logical operators again. So any questions here? So we only covered arithmetic operators, relational operators, and logical operators. Any questions? Okay, so try to install PyCharm also. So we will see from tomorrow PyCharm for next 1 week like that. and then later we will see the other IDEs as well. So the concept here is we'll try every IDE. So whatever like the famous IDEs. So it will be good like if you know the concepts how to use it. So it is similar, okay. So that's all then. Thank you all. We'll stop today. We'll connect tomorrow. Thank you. Have a great day.